We're the Screaming Divas. Hi, I'm Sandra.
I'm Carrie.
And who are we interviewing today?
The amazing Carlos Álvarez.
Baritone from Malaga.
Gorgeous instrument, unbelievable.
Amazing person, elegant, so well-spoken, just phenomenal. And a person who has overcome
cancer. Amazing. Within his 31-year career as an operatic baritone.
Here's a clip. Check it out.
Boom. I'm like, are you singing opera in the shower? I don't believe it. I think you're singing something else.
Of course, I sing, Zarzuela now, or Frank Sinatra.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah. Or pop.
Or pop. Yeah, I want to hear that. Can she
Rick Astley. You know Rick Astley?
Yes.
He was born August 66. We have the same age and almost the same voice.
I love that.
Have you met him?
No, I never.
Can you please have your wife record some of those bathroom sessions? I'd like to hear that.
Okay.
All right, people, what do y'all need to do? Sandra, what do they need to do?
Subscribe.
Love you. Bye.
Hello.
Oh my God.
Hello.
I think he's frozen.
Oh, that's good though. We need a picture of that,
Oh
Carrie.
no, he's moving. There he is. He's moving.
Hello. There we go. Hola.
No.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Hey. Cheers from Canada. Cheers.
Hi, cheers from Vienna.
Cheers from Nashville.
Yay. Well, we picked a nice Rioja for you. So how's it going? How you're in Vienna?
I'm in Vienna and everything's going well. Under control.
Hey.
Security is fine here. Now you are red and negative, and that's very positive.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Red, negative, positive. Okay, we need to know this.
What color is it if you are positive?
Oh no, you wouldn't be there.
Oh.
You couldn't wear any kind of
Nothing.
Ribbon, nothing, just nothing.
So do you have to wear that every day into rehearsal?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
That's kind of a pass, yeah.
And then how often are they testing you?
Every week. Every week.
Oh.
Yeah. It's fantastic, very well.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I bet that makes you feel confident with being around other people, not having to wear a mask and singing and all of that.
Not only with our colleagues, but with the rest of the people around working directly with us. Yeah.
Great. And you are doing Daughter of the Regiment, Fille du Régiment?
Sure. Yeah. With Jane Archibald.
Oh, hi.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And Donna Helen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
It must be nice to be back on a stage. Everything in costume. Oh.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, amazing.
A production that I've been singing since 2007. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's nice.
Slowly but surely, we're coming back. We're coming back.
Sure, of course.
Are they allowing full audiences in or just partial?
1,200 people.
Whoa. Do they all have to wear masks or is it no?
No, only when they enter the theater.
Okay.
And then as soon as they are sitting, then they can leave the masks off. Yeah.
Whoa.
Sure.
Okay, now, you know what? The first audience member that starts coughing, everybody will throw that person out.
No one cough. No one.
Not one.
Really?
Zero. Nothing.
Good.
No, it's a new age. I mean, yeah.
I mean, you remember in all of our performances, like how many people like hack a lung or sneeze or whatever noise.
Yeah, and then you go.
You're like, but that's not happening.
Oh,
No,
that's great.
That's
anymore.
a positive.
No, yeah, that's very nice.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, toy.
Yeah.
Toy. Thank you very much.
Which leads us to now. A lot of people know who you are, but
Oh, really?
yeah, you're famous.
Oh, come on.
You're famous.
No,
You're famous.
no, I am not.
How did you
Perhaps
get
at
into
home.
opera? I mean, I'm sure you've told the story a million times, but a lot of people don't know your history.
Yeah.
Because it's really interesting.
Perhaps I was at the right time, at the right place. Actually, everything starts when I was 7, and I was chosen for being part of the chorus at school. And since I was 7, I was singing, not realizing that was kind of I was joining the army of singers in the future. And it was kind of an exercise. Every day I was exercising my voice and my attitudes and the way I was seeing how could I have fun with the singing. And this is now the same situation. I have a lot of fun, and that's been that belongs to me since I was 7. I was growing up. I was singing in some of the choruses in Malaga, my hometown. And then in 1988, the theater in Malaga, where they do everything, even an opera season, they created the opera chorus, and I was there. And since then, I needed to make a decision between medicine and singing.
Because you were in your 3rd year of medical school. 4th year.
Whoa.
4th year. That was amazing. Yeah, I needed to make a decision, and that was it. And you know what? Here I am singing.
Thank God.
Thank goodness.
Thank God.
Okay, but I have a question. So your parents, which path did they want you to take?
Actually, they were very good at that, because they taught us to make decisions based on a criterion. Once I decided that, because I was a little pushed. I was chosen in a way, because I was at the chorus, and then directors and conductors coming from up north in Spain, Teatro Arriaga de Bilbao, Teatro de la Zarzuela in Madrid, they took me and they pushed me on stage in a way, and that was the reason that why I was so sure to make that decision. And my parents said nothing. Okay, you made that decision. We follow you. We support you, and it's up to you. And they were very good. But that was kind of a living lesson, and for me,
yeah.
Well, your career has spanned. Are we at 30 years now? I mean, it's
31.
31. It's really like such an amazing accomplishment. Oh my God. And especially like nowadays where singers aren't really taught that, longevity of career, or we're not hired for that in mind, as far as like being pushed into bigger roles too soon. So I hope that young singers emulate someone like you to know that it's possible to have a career and sound as amazing as you do now as you did then. So, I mean, I just heard that concert that you did with Sandra, and I mean, you blew me away. It was really just stunning singing. Absolutely.
That's very kind.
Even the best I've heard you sing. Really.
I mean, oh my God, it was gorgeous. So,
but you know what? Sometimes you have to say no with a very good reason behind.
Yes.
Or underneath, but there must be a reason to do or not to do some things that we've been offered to. And I remember when Maestro Muti was asking me for singing Rigoletto at La Scala in 1993. I was just 27. And he told me, you know, I want you as Rigoletto because I want a young cast. And then I was singing, at that time I was singing when I needed to give an answer, a final answer.
Mhm.
I remember I was singing Coreb in Les Troyens de Berlioz
Oh, wow.
in London with Sir Colin Davis and the London Symphony Orchestra.
Wow.
And then I thought, okay, if in the next 6 months I have to be singing Rigoletto, and I'm right now here in London singing Coreb, there's something that doesn't work at all. And
Right.
then I said, I'm so sorry, Maestro, but I can't sing that, not yet. And I wrote a letter down to Maestro Muti, giving every single reason why I shouldn't sing that part. I was too young. I fortunately didn't suffer. And first of all, I didn't have the fatherhood experience that it's very important for that kind of roles.
Right.
And at the very beginning, Muti said, okay, Álvarez, that it's how they call me in Italy.
Yes.
Álvarez is afraid. Of course I was afraid. I was frightening. It had to be my debut. No, because I had made my debut just before La Scala. But, you know, it was crazy. And then, fortunately, he understood. And years later, we met here in Vienna. And from a Verdian baritone that I was supposed to be at that time, I became for him a Mozart baritone for singing Don Giovanni and Le Nozze di Figaro, singing Figaro.
And that's probably kept the longevity of your career too, by singing the Mozart, not going too fast, too quickly.
Perhaps.
And, I mean, how many singers have we seen in our careers, you know, come and go, and here you still are, because you choose the right roles at the right time.
I think so.
Yeah.
Not easy. Not easy.
No,
I love
it's very difficult to say in this business, because you're afraid that then, and especially to someone like Riccardo Muti, Maestro Muti,
of course,
who could really, you know, come down and be really hard on you and never ever work with him again, or never ever sing in Scala, and you have to weigh
actually that was my thought while I was writing the letter down. And then I thought,
of course.
But you fear the fallout, and
of course,
and I've told so many young singers, and I'm sure Carrie has too, the first thing you have to learn is to say no.
No.
And once you learn, once you learn how to say that, then you own your voice in your career. You don't give the power to them. And it's a big step, I think. So bravo to you for that.
I love that your story shows that you can say no and still have an amazing career and still be rehired back. That it's just a perfect example of that. Because I mean, I know it's easy for us to say to young singers, you have to say no to protect your throat, but to actually hear someone who's had a career like you and like Sandra that have been able to say no and still achieve what you've achieved, that it is possible, and to not be afraid to say no. So I love that. Thanks for talking about that.
Please, my pleasure.
Now this 31-year career had a bit of a pause on it in the middle.
Not in the middle. If it had been right in the middle, perhaps it would have been more difficult to come back.
2010?
Yeah, it happened in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 20 years after my debut.
Can we talk about that a bit?
Of course, for sure. It's part of my life. It's part of my experience, and I learned a lot.
A lot of singers don't want to talk about vocal injuries, vocal health, vocal.
No, it's perfect, and I have it every day in my mind because I need to know how to handle it, how to manage if anything happens again. Fortunately, we use our vocal skills in a professional way. People not doing that perhaps would never realize that they have a problem in their throats.
Right.
And that kind of diseases could end in a cancer.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a pre-cancer disease. what
So
they had.
walk us through what happened. How did you figure out? I mean, as singers, we know we're very aware of our bodies.
I had been singing, it was 2008, summer 2008. I had been singing Otello in Salzburg.
Wow.
I went to Vienna immediately after for singing La Forza del Destino. And I had a new production of Ballo in Maschera in Madrid, Teatro Real. And then when I got there, I started having problems with my singing. I couldn't sing at all. I mean, a big effort. Never ever in my life before I had that big effort to make just a line.
Really? No, like they didn't phonate or?
No, because there was kind of a stain, you could say that, on the right vocal cord, right in the middle. And that was the growth of the tissue that covers the cord, vocal cord.
Okay.
And when I went to the doctors, every single one, before I made the big decision, every single one was saying it shouldn't be, it should be, how do you say in English, compatible? You could do, because it's not a big thing. Actually, it's not a big thing. It was just nothing. You need a microscope to see it, but I couldn't sing. I wasn't able to at all. And then for almost 3 months, I was searching for a nice answer. When I mean nice, it was because I was afraid because I didn't know what would happen. But at the same time, I needed, as a singer, you need to go on.
Yeah.
Always. We never give up. Never, ever.
Right.
Perhaps you die on stage, but you never give up.
True.
And finally, and finally, I went to Malaga. That was the first thing I should have done before everything. And I went to my doctors. They are my friends, and they told me, Carlos, this is serious. And perhaps we need to have a biopsy of that just to know what it is.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. It takes the same effort if you are going to be operated. Then surgeon now is the solution. Okay, are you ready? And we got to a deal with my doctor that it's my friend, and no matter how it went, it would remain friends.
Okay.
We would remain friends,
That's awesome.
And because he took a risk, he took a high responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
your
from
livelihood.
pathology, for sure. People from pathology in the hospital, they were asking him, why don't you cut and you have a free edge in his vocal cord? Then you are sure that there won't be any kind of cancer.
Right.
Okay, and he was staring at them, asking, but do you know who he is, the one in here? No, he's a singer. He's a singer. And you know what? Valle, my wife, she was there. The 3 times that I went to the surgery room, the 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah.
How wonderful. And it came, so it came back.
Yeah. I was in New York, 2010. It was kind of a hide and appear thing, and then I was trying to do my best, but when I was rehearsing Attila at the Met, at the dress rehearsal, I had to quit. I had to stop because I couldn't sing anymore. And I remember very well the meeting at Maestro Muti's room with Maestro Gergiev. He was there conducting at that time. He's a friend of mine as well. Peter Gelb, Cristina Muti was there. Valle, my wife, was there, all crying.
Oh, God.
And Muti told me something very important. Carlitos? I'm Carlitos.
At least you moved from Álvarez to Carlitos.
For the profession, I'm Carlitos. And he told me, you know what? You should go home. You you get well, and then you come back because we'll be waiting for you.
Yes.
And that was it.
I
love that.
But you had a bit of a journey then too when you went home, right?
Because we got there, and 2 months later, that was February 2010, and in April, at the end of April, my daddy was dying, but I was there, and that was kind of present. That disease made me. Yeah.
But it takes a great person to really to take a negative and turn that into a positive in a way, because you could have been dwelling on blah blah blah.
It's the only way. Otherwise, you could get to the corner and being weeping there. Oh, I'm so frustrated, and no, excuse me. We are privileged people. We do what we like the most, and we get paid for.
I know,
definitely.
Could you imagine?
It's fun, isn't it?
Did you have to go through chemotherapy or radiation or anything like that?
Nothing.
You didn't have to. So they were able to remove it with surgery.
Every single thing, but he was very careful. Yeah, it was just pinch of it, and that was it.
When it came back again, do they scan your whole body by that point? Because normally when cancer returns, it's not always in the same place.
It was the same thing, and that
was
it. And we knew it because not everything was removed the first time.
Okay.
And then it was just a patch there. Okay. Yeah. Now you try to go on, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then rebuilding the voice, do you feel like you had to change technically to rebuild the voice after surgery, or did you just go back to singing the way slowly? Did you go back into singing the way you were before? Okay.
Right then. Yeah. I didn't change anything at all. And it was gradually, I was admitting more responsibility, vocal responsibility. Sure. And that was very good. But also because theaters helped me to do so.
Wow.
Because they asked me, what do you want to sing now?
Okay.
And we'll do.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And that was fantastic.
How long did it take? How long did it take to get back from surgery to back on stage?
It was the first time. It was just nothing. 3 months.
Okay.
Because I got surgery May 2009, and in August I was already singing. The second time took a little bit more, but then finally May 2011, and since that I'm here. No problems at all.
I love that. That's such awesome news. What was it like the first time you performed after both surgeries? Was it really emotional to do it again?
Oh, really? But the nice thing was I was sure that I could do the things that I had to do on stage, but the response of people around, that was fantastic.
Wow.
I remember the first time I was singing after the third surgery. Mm-hmm. The first time I was singing Verdi again, it was Otello in Valencia.
Oh.
And I thought, oh my, because I had some problems because I was losing water and minerals during the performance. And I thought, oh my, how can I reach the end of the performance?
Right.
And when it finished, people was applauding for around 5 minutes, and that was very emotional.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. I was crying on stage.
I bet.
Worse. Oh my God. Well, thank God for those doctors, and I'm so glad you're still singing, and we're blessed with what we hear from you. I mean, it's amazing. So I'm so thrilled that all turned out positive.
Me too.
Thanks for talking about it.
It's interesting because I had vocal surgery too in 2002, And I've been very open about it, and I know a lot of singers aren't, but the hardest thing for me, and tell me if you had this, was after you started singing, anytime you got sick, anytime you got a cold or whatever, you thought, oh God, it's back. Right? And it's that fear that is hard to get over. It wasn't for me the surgery per se, or even the work getting back into vocal shape. It was, is it always going to stay that? Is it going to stay that way? Is it going to stay healthy? Is it? And it took me like 2 years.
At the bottom of your mind, you know when exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know when it's going to happen.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be crazy. No, you couldn't leave on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your wife was there with you the whole time.
The whole time.
Cool.
Wow.
Only for 1 week, I told her, please leave me alone, completely alone. I remember when I was told that it was a severe disease, I needed to drive back to Sevilla because my doctors, they have their office in Malaga. And from Malaga to Sevilla, there are 200 kilometers.
Okay.
And I had to drive back, and I don't have a memory of that path.
Wow.
No, not at all. That journey is just nothing. I can't remember. And when I got home, I told Valle, please leave me alone. And for 1 week, I was sitting on the couch, and I said, okay, I don't want to know anything about the world around.
Yeah.
And then I realized, okay, if this is the deepest possible situation, next step is going to be up. Then let's go.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
So great. Well, I'm so happy. We're both so happy that you are back and back with like a vengeance. And now I have a silly question for you.
Wow.
You have, I know it's silly. I told you we were going to
No, can be silly.
You have such a magnetic, elegant stage presence. I mean, it's just, it comes out of you naturally. Is that something you were born with, or was that something that you really, this persona that you worked on stage? Or is it just
Perhaps
that Spanish flair?
Oh, those two things together would work very, very well for our job on stage. But I remember always a meeting with a dancer on stage at the very beginning of my career. Actually, I was at the chorus. I was still at the chorus, and he told me, you know what, Carlos? When you go on stage, you should take an attitude as a dancer. You know, dancers, they know how to control everything, not only their bodies, their movements, their minds. Everything around has to be under control. And that was a wonderful example for me. And I tried from the very beginning.
You can see it when you walk on stage. There's a, you know, like an inhalation of air, and you can see just your whole persona change.
Thank you very much.
No, it's true.
Yeah, and also because we are actors in a way. No matter if you are performing an opera performance or just a concert, a gala, no. You are a character every single time that you go on stage. And only when you sing under the shower, it's you, just you. But on stage, no? No, I have an anecdote about that.
Oh yeah, I want to hear it.
Singing under the shower, and Valle is around there. Valle is, I must say that she is a voice teacher as well. And then every single sound has to be perfect. Otherwise, I couldn't sing under the shower.
Even in the shower? I was wondering, I was like, I'm like, are you singing opera in the shower? I don't believe it. I think you're singing something else.
Of course, I sing, oh, Zarzuela now, or Frank Sinatra. Or
Yes, that's
yeah,
what I've been thinking. Okay.
Yeah. Or pop.
Or pop. Yeah, I want to hear that. Can she
Rick Astley. You know Rick Astley?
Yes.
He was born August 66. My month, we have the same age and almost the same voice.
I love that.
Have you met him?
No, I never.
Can you please have your wife record some of those bathroom sessions? I'd like to hear that.
Okay. During the period I couldn't sing properly, professionally speaking, I was telling her, okay, because I was already singing under the shower, and I told her, okay, we make this bigger, the bathroom, we make it bigger, and we put some chairs there, and we invite friends, and that's it.
That's perfect.
But
I'm excited.
There's a film, a Woody Allen's film about
With
that.
Fabio.
With Fabio.
Armiliato.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you seen that, Carrie? It's fabulous.
I
love that.
Anywhere except in the shower. And they hired him to do this opera, and he went on stage and just went. So they put a shower on stage. He was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's priceless. I love
Only
that.
opera. Only
That's
opera.
familiar.
I read in an interview that you are an avid reader. Is that true? What are you reading? Oh, cool. Oh my gosh.
Against the direct democracy.
Wow.
Stoicism, philosophy, and humor.
Yeah.
So this is heavy reading.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Carlos, so this is not like, nonfiction,
Non-fiction at all, yeah.
Summer beach reading.
Fiction, I was reading fiction when I was just a kid. And since I was 14, I'm reading these kind of things.
That's amazing. I love that. Well, you answered my next question about whether or not it was you were reading books on a Kindle or you hold on to a real book. You travel with
everything. I mean, everything.
Okay.
This time, because I forgot,
I know
sure. I forgot my iPad at home.
His luggage got lost, Carrie, coming to La Coruña.
Oh, really?
And then, but it's going to be a nice experience again, because for almost 2 months or a month and a half, I'm going to be analogical again. Yeah. And that's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
I like it. I like the paper. I personally, I've tried reading books on an iPad. I tried keeping my calendar on an iPad. I guess I'm just old.
Yeah.
But I like having the paper, putting the pen, and putting the pencil or the pen to the paper. The act of that, very gratifying for me. And I guess I'm passionate.
Yeah, but then overweight, you have to pay.
And you can erase it. It's easier. Carrie's like, oh, you old girl, you.
Sure.
No, I mean, I'm a huge reader. I love to read. But when we were, at least Americans were able to travel, it just was too much weight traveling. So everything became on whatever. And I still love to hold a book though. I mean, there's still, I have my whole top drawer next to my bed is full of books. I have lights and everything. So yeah, but
I've tried with the music scores. I really have. But Carlos and you, Carrie, too, saw what happened to me on stage. I pushed the wrong button. I was like,
No, but when you have to travel with 5 different scores, today it's impossible.
It is.
Yeah, and you have to wear the technology.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of technology, you and I have had this discussion. You are definitely not on social media.
I'm not.
Why?
Yeah, why? Is that a conscious decision on your part?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Actually, and I don't want to show myself pretentious, not at all. But I don't need it for my job.
No, you don't.
And then if I need to connect with people that I I appreciate, that I love, that I do email, or I call them, or this kind of connections. And I don't want to see my life on the internet. No, not at all.
Okay.
It's already very public. To make it more public, even more, and then I don't need it. And perhaps my telephone number is the most shared in the opera world, because everybody has my telephone number, has my email address. Yeah, if you want to contact me, you do it directly, and that's why.
Love it.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a whole generation that misses out on life because they're so caught up in social media or filming something like this instead of actually watching it. And I think that there's a happy medium.
Yeah.
And as somebody very, very important to me once said, your private life, as performers, as we all are, your private life is the only thing that you own and control. And then when you go and put that all up on social media, you then own no part of your life.
Of course. Already people think that we belong to them.
Right.
Yeah.
They already think like that. Then if you give them more information, more things, what's next?
Yeah. Well, you can't step back. Once you've opened that door, it's like Pandora's box. You can't.
You couldn't say, "Oh, I'm sorry." No, you've done it. It's you. Yeah.
But I think the conundrum in all of that, in this conversation, is that, I've been told this too, that opera companies, because they're trying to get more, butts in the seats, they want singers on stage that have huge followings, that have 1,000 subscribers, 1,000, and so I think for the young generation behind us, they are being told, you have to have a social media presence, you have to have followers, you have to have la 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 la. And I think that it's this never-ending cycle of, some of it's really great, and then other parts of it are really, I don't know what the right word is, heinous or awful, or because everybody starts comparing one another.
When is enough enough?
When is enough enough? So I find that it's a hard line, especially for the young generation coming up behind us, and what we tell them to do. And also as much as Sandra and I are now on social media with what we started with this, what's hard is
but this is fantastic.
Oh, this is so fun.
Of course. This is great.
But I never want social media to look like my life is perfect, or that everything is happy all the time, because it's not. I mean, that's not life. So then you have a decision of how much do you share, or like what we're talking about. But as far as career-wise, I think it's a conundrum. Is that the right word?
Yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. But if you were to look at Carlos's calendar, he doesn't need social media to fill it even more, because I'm sure you have to say no more than yes.
Yeah,
but
of course.
The younger generation, I think that's really...
of course, But then there's a risk. Yeah. When you think that every single yes or accept or means that you are good.
Yeah.
That could be a misunderstanding.
I agree with you.
Very well said.
Be careful. Because then there's a direct relationship between presence and the social media, and the thought that means quality in what we do.
Right.
The more you are there, the better you are. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Ooh, you read the reviews?
You have to go on stage.
Yeah, I can have you for that. That's great.
That's beautifully said.
And show if you are really good or not. That's it.
Yeah, what we say in English, the proof is in the pudding. But
I agree.
Do you read your reviews?
I do.
Good.
Every single one. And I only carry one with me, a very bad one. Not very bad, but the only comment about the whole concert that was with Plácido, 1993, in Madrid, July, cold outside, open air concert.
Oh no.
And at the very end of De La Chita in Barbero de Sevilla, Cavatina, a crack in that G. And the review, it was only about the crack. And that one is the only one that it was done by a friend of mine. And he became
Really?
we became friends afterwards. And that was the only thing he was point on. And I take it with me every single day in my professional life, because that's the slave that was wearing the crown to Caesar, whispering him, "Remember, you are a man. Remember, we are people."
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And anything could happen, for sure.
Somebody always told me too, if you believe the good, you have to believe the bad too.
Of course.
So
that's why I'm a not believer.
Yeah.
Now, what do your kids think about opera and you singing and being in the business? Are they singers at all?
I'm just daddy.
You're just daddy.
When they get used to be part of the business from the very beginning.
Okay.
They've been on stage since they were just nothing, and I'm just that for them. Actually, they are very iconoclast people.
Oh.
And as soon, yeah, and they don't give a penny for what I do if I don't do properly well and with a good feeling. They don't care if I'm Carlos Álvarez. No, I'm just that. Yep.
Was it hard being a dad in this field and being gone a lot? I mean, how did you make that work, being a dad and being an opera singer?
Actually, my familiar history is about a divorce when my kids were 6 and 8.
Okay.
But it had nothing to do with being far from home.
Okay.
Not at all. Love enters, and then you have to accept it, and
right.
That's it. Yeah.
Right.
And my children, they never complain. They never. And they accepted it, and they knew that daddy was far from home, but only physically.
Okay.
I was always there, and I was a present father. I was there, and they could count on me for everything. They still do. They are 22 and 20 now.
Wow.
22 and 20.
Carlos, yeah, Carlos, he wants to become a diplomat.
Cool.
He doesn't want to get into politics. No, diplomacy, because he wants to solve problems. He needs to make solutions. He's very positive, and he doesn't want politics.
Okay.
But Alejandra, she is studying drama in London, and she wants to be on stage as well. Let's see what happens.
Well, I think your kids have picked up from you, because you are very diplomatic, I think, and very well spoken. No, you are. I mean, you said
I try.
You had a comment in the press about our concert in La Coruña, which I found very striking and very honest and open about. You can fly in an airplane now. You can sit on a subway or a bus with people right next to you, but we could only have 60 people in the theater.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate right now, this whole pandemic, what it's done to our business. And I appreciate that you, a person of stature, spoke up about it. And I applaud you for that.
Well, I think it's the only way. We have to leave this situation together, all together.
Yes.
Not alone, not one by one, not all together.
I agree. And there needs to be some uniformity with all the countries, with all the opera houses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a small community that we have anyway. Why don't we all bond together and come up with some kind of solution or a uniform solution? And
but that's politics. And remember what Carlos, my son, says. I want to give solutions and not create problems.
Diplomacy, politics.
Politics. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Carrie, what else do we want to ask? Fitness regime.
Oh yeah.
Fitness.
Like, okay, so do you know how like certain singers, friends, colleagues of ours, sometimes ourselves, are a little nutty on days of performances, you know, and what our routines are? So do you have any craziness or things?
And also your fitness regime. Do you have a diet?
Like, is there anything that you specifically do?
I mean, we use our bodies as
our instrument.
Yeah, it's an instrument for sure. And then we have to take care of it, but not. I don't want to become psychopathic about that. No, because it should be normal. I mean, you need a good shape and be healthy, and that's it, I think. And we all know what doesn't work for being healthy. Then I remember I smoked until 1994. I was smoking since I was 14.
What?
Yeah, but I have a nice story about that. I quit because I was studying medicine and I wanted to be a doctor. And once I decided, okay, when I was 21. See, 21. And I decided, okay, no, I don't smoke anymore. I quit. But when I made my debut in Madrid at the Teatro de la Zarzuela, with a very nice zarzuela that 30 years later, I'm going to be singing again. Same production, same character. Same production, same character. And Emilio Sahi, the director, he was asking. Yeah, you know him?
Yes, I've worked with him. He's amazing. What a wonderful human being. Yeah.
Very good friend of mine.
Good heart. Yeah.
And he asked me, okay, while you are singing your aria, that it's very difficult, you have to make a cigarette. Okay? You take the tobacco, the paper, everything, and you make a cigarette and you smoke. And then you threw it. Okay. And then I started again.
Of course.
And I was smoking from 1990 until February 28th, 1994.
You remember?
Are you one of those people like Duncan? You remember every date, don't you?
No, not every date, but those dates.
That one.
Wow. When you quit smoking, for real? Wow, yeah. Of course. Yeah. But you know why? Because my agent, Alfonso, that it's my agent since we met 30 years ago. Wow. He came to my room after the first performance of Yevgeny Onegin, Tchaikovsky's Onegin. And he told me, you know, Carlos, this is your schedule for the next 2 seasons. Okay, if you quit smoking, we could do that. Ooh. If you don't, let's see what happens. And then immediately the next day, no more. Never more. Never, ever more.
So how much weight did you gain when you quit that fast?
Nothing. Nothing. No way. Because I've been making my exercises since I was very young.
Okay.
Actually, I became an athlete just before I went to the university. Shot put, the ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Since I was 15 until I was 18. Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
Because I met you. I looked this up today. I met you Well, we first met on stage November 30th, 2002.
Yeah.
And you look, I know, you look identical, except you had maybe a bit more hair, but
Yeah.
it was longer. But
Yeah.
I mean, identical. We met,
Well.
I walked on stage and right before D'Amor Sull'are Rose, walked on stage because the other soprano was sick. And I kind of said to, underneath my breath, I'm sorry. 2000.
Isn't it crazy?
It's a
We
long
can
time.
go on stage and become a couple with a love scene
Like that.
and we just met.
I know.
And
We just
only
literally,
because
hi.
only because music could create that kind of atmosphere. It's amazing.
It's
That's
one of those
opera.
nights in my, we all have
That's opera.
those moments in our careers that really stick in our heads, and that's
Yeah.
up there in the top 5 because it was such a magical night. And what about you? What's one of the magic besides, I know coming back after surgery, I'm sure those performances were special. Any other moments in your career that you kind of go, wow, that was magical?
Perhaps not when I was on stage, but when I went for the first time to New York, when I needed to make my audition at the Met.
Yeah.
That was 1993, and I was hired 3 years later in 96.
Traviata.
With Traviata, yeah.
I saw it.
And and then I needed to get to the stage, and I made a mistake, and I got to the pit, and from the pit, no, but you know what? Everything was empty, yeah. But from the pit, the view of the theater is it's amazing. And then I thought, oh my, where am I? What I have to do now? And that's a wonderful, that's a wonderful thought about this job. Yeah.
Somebody said to me right before I walked on the Met stage for the first time when I did the National Council auditions, one of the stage managers, Gary, said to me, whatever you do, Sandra, don't look up.
Yeah.
And of course, what did I do? And you just go,
yeah.
Oh no.
Sure. Yeah.
It's so big. It's well,
you're amazing.
Carlos, you are such a wonderful person to chat with. You're so positive, so thoughtful, thought-provoking. Really, it's been wonderful. If you have maybe just 5 more minutes to ask you a few little rapid-fire questions.
Of course. Yeah, sure.
I'll start with it.
Okay.
Have you ever had a moment on stage where you couldn't stop laughing or crying?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. Not one, because I try to be your clue every single time. Then I'm responsible for you, and then it would never happen.
Okay.
Off stage, anything you want. On stage,
no.
Professional.
No.
That comes back to that whole question of, yes, stage presence. Carrie?
Okay, have you ever had, what is your best wardrobe malfunction on stage?
Not very much, but when I was singing Falstaff, my trousers were falling, and I needed to fix them, and that was uncomfortable. Yeah.
Did you have underwear on underneath those trousers?
Carrie Alcama. You don't have to answer that.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. I always.
Oh, always.
So what is your favorite word in any language?
Amor.
Okay, I know that you have 2 Grammys. Where are they? Where do you keep them?
One is at home, and the other one is at my daughter's cupboard with the books. That's it.
Cool.
What is the sound you love the most in the world?
Sorry?
What is the sound that you love the most in the world?
the sound.
Yes.
Wow. Perhaps one mother is singing to her child. Yeah.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite curse word in any language?
There it is.
Cabron.
Cabron. Oh, we had this
Cabron.
discussion, didn't we?
What does that mean?
Cabron can mean a few things, I was told.
Yeah.
Cabron can mean like
means-
guys.
Oh, okay.
No,
But it can also-
cabron in a with a bad meaning is you are horn, yeah, cabron,
Mhm.
or you are a son of a bitch.
I like that.
Sorry, I've said son.
It's okay.
love
Guess
that.
what? We're not on Apple. It's okay.
I would like to use that word all over Nashville. Thank you for the help with that.
Cabron.
Cabron. Oh, in Nashville, it's close to Mexico.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You'll see.
What profession other than your own, and you've attempted quite a few, would you like to attempt? Or are we happy just with singing?
Oh, perhaps teaching could be next step.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Be good at that.
And the last question,
Go for it, Carrie.
if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say as you walk through the pearly gates?
You were wrong because I don't believe.
Beautiful. That's the best answer yet. Best answer yet.
That's brilliant. I love it.
Thank you,
You were
Carlos.
wrong.
You are the profis. Here.
Listen, if we can spread happiness and talk about opera,
I agree.
then you know what?
For sure.
It's absolutely worth it and bring some happiness to people's
Whenever
lives.
you want, I'm yours. Okay.
Love it.
Whenever.
Thank you.
And it would be a wonderful privilege if we repeat.
Thank you.
Okay.
Big hugs and
Toy, toy,
kisses to your
toy.
wife as well, and to
Okay.
you. Stay safe.
do.
And toy, toy, toy.
Thank you very much.
Now.
Take care.
Bye.